Under the floodlights of a dramatic Champions League night, Benfica and Real Madrid are battling where one moment is deciding everything. The tension is rising from the first whistle as Madrid are controlling possession, moving the ball patiently and stretching Benfica's shape. Their composure is paying off when Vinicius Jr. is finding space and finishing clinically to give Madrid the lead. Benfica are responding with intensity, pressing higher and disrupting Madrid's rhythm. The crowd is lifting as they are winning second balls and attacking the wide areas with urgency.
How unpleasant did you find the atmosphere in the stadium, Guillaume?
So from the moment that Vinicius scores the goal, obviously Benfica fans were upset. But from the moment that it became clear that it heard Pastrani saying something to him as he had been hiding his mouth and went to the referee, he who was the victim really became the enemy. The speculation of both sides where they weren't risking too much meant that the noise wasn't the usual one. It's described here sometimes as hell. But from the minute 59, especially every time Mbappe and Vinicius touched the ball, the fans showed their disgust towards them.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thierry, I'd love to get your opinion on this.
I can relate to what Vinicius Jr. is going through. That happened to me so many times on the field. I talked about it so many times after games. I've been also accused of looking for excuses after game when that happened to me. So at times you feel lonely because it's going to be your word against his word. And so because we don't know what Pastrani has said, because he was very courageous because he put his shirt over his mouth to make sure that we're not going to see what he said. So clearly already you look suspicious, because you didn't want people to see or read what you said. Then the reaction of Vinicius is telling me that something not right happened. So we're going to have to wait to see what's been said, because we still don't know. Vinicius can tell us his side, and Pastrani, I'm sure, will not tell us what he actually said, because I saw at one point it was Kylian Mbappe that confronted him, and he said to Kylian, I didn't say anything. Well, you must have said something, at the very least. So where I go back to sometimes it's lonely, and you feel like you don't know what to do anymore, because I've been in that situation. Vinicius has been in that situation. So many players have been in that situation. So we're in 2026, and still after a game like that, where we're supposed to talk about his brilliant goal, and the only answer that he had is that goal they won by 1-0, and I heard him saying "a la Madrid" at the very end. But technically, you shouldn't be having to deal with the ref telling you don't go to the corner flag because that will incite the crowd. It's a corner. I cannot take my corner. Like, I can't go there also to take a corner just because people are thinking whatever they're thinking. As Mike has said, obviously they didn't have the info of what happened. But then suddenly he becomes the victim. He can't go and take a corner. What do you mean he can't go and take a corner? Why can he not stay there and play a short corner? Anyway, I can relate. And I can assure you, when that happens, you don't know what to do anymore.
The game, and go back over that just quickly. So let's take a look and pick up with you, Micah. Where do you want to start?
I'll go Real Madrid chances. I mean, we talked about the game that the boys so eloquently talked about before in their analysis, but I thought Real Madrid had some really good chances, especially in that first half. Vinicius and Mbappe, Thierry talked about them in terms of their movement, their work rate together.
I go, no, I don't go, I go back inside. And you thought you would have bet on him here to open up his foot and finish easily.
All the goals, game for him.
Yeah, he does miss sometimes, he's human.
And then this was a save, wasn't it? I mean, Gula, it was really good strike. Fingertip save by the goalkeeper. Excellent.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Benfica, I felt before the game, they'd had the real big chance last time we played against Real Madrid, and the strike there from Guinness.
Deflection.
Brilliant save from Courtois, Rob Keane on co-coms.
And then the goal, exactly who you do not want to see. Mbappe on the ball, Vinicius cutting back inside, and what a finish.
Wow.
Wow.
Top.
That's a great goal. We're going to go more into details after.
Are we?
Oh, yeah,
okay.
Normally, if we have time.
He knows exactly where the goal is.
What a finish.
Touch, finish. and a little dance to finish it off.
This is where we're seeing Jose Mourinho ending up getting a red card from the ref. He was basically trying to incite the ref to give Vinny Jr. a second yellow. He ended up red carded himself, so he'll miss the return leg that's going to be played at the Bernabeu next time. But we did also see, oops, sorry, excuse me, everybody, this incident with Fede Valverde, which wasn't seen by the ref or by VAR, but it's worth mentioning, Micah.
Yeah, it was TT calls it a punch. Oh, did you say it's a punch, TT? Well, I mean, it goes there. You'll see it again on the reverse angle here.
So they called a foul. So how come VAR didn't call it back?
Yeah.
Bound.
Look, he punched him already. Punched him. You know what? If he stays down longer, I think they look at it more. I think VAR missed that one.
Whether you stay down longer,
but
it's still the same impact. What's going to change? They didn't call it
because
back.
it will highlight the action more.
No,
you see
I know,
it
but
on Dahlia.
Yeah, it's not.
You know what? It catches his shoulder first and then his face. You can't go around doing that.
He's very lucky.
He's very lucky.
Yes.
On another day, that could have been a red card. I'm surprised it wasn't, to be honest. But they got a little bit of luck they needed.
If we think about some of the things that Mourinho said before this first leg, he said, you know, Real Madrid are going to be wounded and dangerous. Do you think that applies even more now going into this second leg, given that you kind of the incidents surrounding Vinny Jr. and how they will have taken offence as a team on his behalf, Jamie?
The team and also the crowd, you know, when you get to the Bernabeu as well. But listen, I think we saw tonight, and I think it was what we all expected, you know, in the analysis we did before the game. The game from 3 weeks ago was fantastic, but there's a huge gulf between both of the teams. And to think Benfica were going to do what they did again, there was no way. You know, Real Madrid were very professional tonight. Had even in the first half, all the chances that we showed, Benfica were never in the game, and Real Madrid were never going to allow Benfica to do what they did in the first game. You know, counter-attack them so often, which is what we analysed before the game. And I'd expect Real Madrid to go win that game at home 2 or 3-0.
We can actually go back out to Lisbon and to Guillaume Balaguer, who's speaking with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Let's take a listen in.
Coming through the tunnel, as you can imagine. I don't know if you had a chance to cross paths with Vinny, how he feels.
Oh, I think Vinny's, you know, he's had incidents like this before. He's been subjected to this numerous times throughout his career. So, not that he's used to it, but, you know, he's experienced this before. I think he, you know, it's an emotional game. He's gone through something very disappointing tonight, disgraceful to the sport. But he's handled it right. Like I say, we go back home with the win, and you know we try and see it through to get through to the next round.
You sound affected. I'm not surprised. It's going to take a while to get over this, I think.
Yeah, it's disappointing. Like I said, it's ruined the night. It's a disgrace to the sport. It's a disgrace in society as well. There's no place for it. But no, if incidents like this do happen and does happen, then we can only deal with it the way that we did tonight. Very proud of the team and the club and the squad and how everyone reacted and got around Vinny. You could see, you know, it is something upsetting, it's something disappointing, but we reacted the right way. We kept our heads, we stayed calm, we fought for each other, we defended each other, and no, we also played very well.
Thank you, Trent.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks a lot.
Micah, do you want to react at all to that?
I mean, I've said what I've had to say. I mean, a disgrace to the sport. I mean, if he did say it, he's absolutely correct. But again, because he covered his mouth, was just guessing. We're reacting on what Vinicius. If you ask me, do I think he did it? I would say yes, because of Vinny Jr.'s reaction. You don't go over to there and run to the referee if you didn't get racially abused. And then the fact that it went on and on and on. And obviously he's told the boys in the dressing room, Trent's come out and said, and if he's a disgrace. He used the correct terminology in this case. And look at them, the way this is what happens. So if you get racially abused, I haven't been racially abused on the pitch, but I've been racially abused out of football. And you go through this feeling where you feel lost, you feel alone, and you feel like helpless. And then to imagine that being on the pitch and still having to perform as well. And then you're pleading to people and nobody believes what you're saying. So that is the hurtful thing. And we might never know if he did it or not, because there might not be the evidence for that. But I feel for Vinicius Jr. in this situation because he's helpless.
Yes, sir. Sad to see. All right, everybody, we are going to go to a very quick break. So let's do a live dip into... I thought we were, are we not?
We're not going to a break. We're not going to a break, not yet. We are going to a break now.
Yeah, we are in a second.
We'll see you in a